Ramy Inocencio is in London covering the global markets for us. Ramy, thanks for being here. First off, what movements are you seeing on the international markets this morning?
Michael, yeah, good to see you. Green on the boards here in Europe and across most of Asia. Some investors are seeing a buy the dip opportunity, or really buy the plunge opportunity since last week. The FTSE 100, the DAX, and the CAC 40 are all up by about 1 to 2%, up near highs of the day, in fact. But these are small blips of positivity after the bloodbath that we all saw over the past few days. In Asia, a similar picture of the risk-on of the buying mood there. Japan's Nikkei closed up just a little over 6%. President Trump said that Tokyo is sending a negotiating team to the U.S., so there is hope for tariff relief. China markets, as we can see, are up, but less so because retaliation is going on. And we're here on the trading floor of IG Capital here in London. I asked Chief Market Analyst Chris Beecham if today's jumps are just a dead cat bounce. Take a listen.
It's rare that you'll see markets bottom so quickly.
It has only been 3-4 trading days.
It's exactly only been 4 trading days. Usually these crises are more drawn out. We do have obviously one specific cause, and if tariffs were taken away tomorrow, you'd expect that to be the bounce. But the worry is that we haven't seen the low just yet, or the final low.
He did tell me that this bounce might last 2 to 3 months because tariffs, they still need to take hold, and then the effects then need to ripple out into the world. But if things carry on, he said we could see market falls of another 10 to 15%, which is something that we already have seen over the past few days.
So, Ramy, China is talking tough. President Trump is talking tough. Nobody's blinking yet. Are these two economies, the two biggest in the world, headed for an all-out trade war?
Right, you pointed out well there, Michael, and the signaling from Beijing and Xi Jinping, the president, is there. If there is one country in the world that can take on the United States, it is China, being the world's second biggest economy there. Chris Beecham, again here at IG, says that trade war is definitely coming. Take a listen to this.
Now, Trump's ramped this up to a new level, and you can expect China to respond accordingly. And I think that has major implications for how the global economy has been shaped over the last 20 years. That will mean there will be painful adjustments and more volatility and a hit to growth. So I think a trade war is with us for the time being.
And China is getting ready for that war. The fact that American consumers have enjoyed cheaply produced things from China really for decades. China does have that kind of leverage, and it also has economic levers to protect the country, at least somewhat. The PBOC, China's central bank, can let the yuan weaken, which it has in the past, which makes its exports cheaper in reaction to tariffs. China's leadership, Michael, has also discussed sending subsidies to exporting companies to try to prop them up. And then an arm of China's sovereign wealth fund said that it would basically buy into the Chinese markets to keep them stable as Beijing, as we know, fights on, the quote there. So we see China is getting ready.
Now, Ramy, let's talk about average American consumers. How are they going to be impacted if the U.S. and China continue to escalate things?
Sure. Get ready to shell out more money, or if you don't want to shell out that, then hold off on buying things for a while until this blows over, or if this blows over. Frankly, anything produced in China or using Chinese parts will likely probably be affected. Electronics, like your iPhones, clothes, cars, like Tesla has a factory there. Appliances, like your flat screen TV, you might be watching this on. Furniture, for example, a 50% tariff on an iPhone, according to some analysts, could mean an extra $100, $200 per phone, depending on the model. TVs made in China or nearby countries where they've diversified to, consumers might see 10 to 20% increases there. And I note the diversification because these Trump tariffs have also impacted very heavily on, for example, Cambodia, Vietnam, and other Southeast Asian countries where China's tried to get to, in effect trying to get back to Beijing. So all in all, expect to pay more, possibly very soon, if those new 50% tariffs, taking them up to 104% tariffs if they do hit tomorrow.
All right, Ramy Inocencio in London, thanks for keeping us updated.